My kind of life, my kind of life, yes, and I like it, but my kind of life. My kind of life, my kind of life, yes, and I like it.
Hello and welcome to the Cliff Clips on Cliff Richard Radio with me, Petra Denis. I hope you are all well and stay safe, just like Cliff says. So now I have started the show with Lean on You and She's So Beautiful. Two songs that were shown in the broadcast of a press conference at the Royal Hotel in Aarhus, Denmark, on the 6th of May, 1990, during the European tour. This is the press conference.
Valparaiso, and it seems as you was in a tremendous mood. Where do you get the energy from?
I've always had a lot of energy, and it's no problem for me to enjoy myself because I like to sing, you know. I like to sing and I like to dance, and if the crowd, we were speaking amongst ourselves, we think that the audience here in Denmark is even more enthusiastic this time than last time. So it makes it very easy to enjoy the evening, for me, I mean, because obviously sometimes if you play in a hall and maybe the sound is not so good or the public is a little quiet, then you have to work really hard. But so far the two concerts in Denmark, it's been no work, it's been a total pleasure. Yes, it's physical, of course, and when I finish the show, yes, of course I'm tired. But I play a lot of tennis, and I think this has given me more stamina. You know, if you play, I played today for 1.5 hours. Now, it'll help because it builds your muscles and you breathe better. So maybe that's what you noticed.
Do you have any time at all to have a normal private life, being such a big star?
Not on tour. On tour it's very difficult. I mean, even today I played tennis, and then when it was finished, a lot of young people came on the court and I signed autographs and had pictures taken with people. So it's not possible on tour. But I take my privacy when I go home. My private life is important to me when I go home, so when the gate closes, I don't see anybody.
Is there anyone who means a lot to you as a person?
Oh, many people. Because, you know, none of us can survive without some really good friends. And most of my friends, though, of course I work with my friends too, but the people that I socialize with outside my work are people who are not in show business. And I have 5 or 6 people that I can trust, and I can phone them. We play tennis together, we go to shows together, and it's important. So these are important people to me.
Those is connected in people's minds. Why did it stop?
Well, because the Shadows stopped. You know, about we started in 58. Around about 68, the Shadows broke away. They just stopped playing. Hank wanted to produce people. He wanted to make his own albums. Brian Bennett, who is now a very successful writer of themes for television and some movies. In fact, he won a very big award this year, the Ivor Novello Awards, for his theme music for a TV show. So they all began to do different things. And of course, I wanted to continue my career, so I formed my own band, and I travel with them every year. Sometimes the Shadows come together, and sometimes we all come together. But officially, the Shadows don't really work so much. You know, Hank lives in Australia, and he loves to be out there in the open. He plays a lot of tennis. He is in England, I think, this month to make a record. Then he will go back. Then he will come back to make a tour of Britain, and then he will go away again. I cannot wait for the Shadows. I work all the time.
Once you have produced a record together with Stock Aitken and Waterman, will it come anymore?
I don't know. If they write a song and they think it's good for me and they send it to me, or usually they don't send songs. When I recorded that song, they phoned me and said, "We think we have a good song. Would you like to come and hear it?" So I went to the studio and they sang it to me, and I liked it. So I guess if they have a song for me, they'll phone me and say, "Quick, see if you like this song." But I will only record it if I like the song. To me, the song is more important than the beat, although the beat's also important if you're making a record. So I don't have any plans to make any more with them, but you know, I like to have hit records. So if they write me a song that I think is going to be a hit, then I would like to do it.
Looking 25, do you ever get old?
Oh. Well, how we look, you know, has nothing to do with what we are, and what I am is old. I mean, I'm 50. I think I said last night on stage that I'm really happy to be my age, because it means that I lived with the greatest change in music that the history of music ever saw. Rock and roll became something that was so phenomenal. Many people hated it to start with. Many people said this can never be forever. And now here we are, 35, maybe 40 years on, and it's still here with us. So I feel that I was born in a time when there was history being made. So I don't mind my age. I like it very much. And we all have to be old. You cannot stay young. If I don't look 50, I'm a very lucky man.
Of course, and in German I remember, das ist die Frage, alle fragen, when will we hear you in Danish records?
Well, the funny thing is, I don't record in foreign languages anymore because everywhere I go, even, some of the top stars from the various countries all sing rock and roll in English. And I think it's because we have finally understood that it's an English-speaking art form. And people seem to enjoy it more. I mean, if in fact they said to me, oh, like in Germany, for instance, the reason why I recorded in German was because they said, we can double the sales. Only some people buy the records in English. So I used to release the record in English and it would be number 5 in the charts. I would release the record in German and they would cross like this. And the German would become number 5 and the English one would come down. So we doubled the sales. But then this stopped happening. Suddenly in Germany, they bought the English record and the German record never really made it. So I thought, well, okay, it's no need anymore. I'll only record in English. But who knows? Maybe one day there'll be a reason to do it. I don't think it'd be very easy, though.
What is the story about Devil's Woman? What is the story behind it?
You mean the song, or?
Yeah, the song Devil's Woman.
Well, I mean, it's just a song written by Terry Britten, and he wrote, to me, a very unusual song, because you don't often hear about songs that are like a story about a man who goes to the occult and is made frightened by it. He fears it. And although his song I thought was very good, it was not very positive. It didn't make any statements. So I changed some of the lyrics so that it became a warning. In fact, I mention every night on stage that there is one girl now in Melbourne, just one girl that I know of, who heard the lyrics, heard the words of Devil Woman, and it stopped her going to the occult, to, devil worship and things. And that makes me very happy. So the song has become important to me because I know that even a rock and roll song like Devil Woman can be used by God to prevent danger in someone's life. As I said, I only know of this one girl, but maybe there are others I don't know. So it's a fantastic encouragement to me to know that even a rock and roll song like that, if I care for it, God can use it.
More songs from the European tour are I Just Don't Have the Heart, The Best of Me, A Little in Love, and It'll Be Me. In 1998, Cliff was touring again in Europe, and during the concert in Rotterdam he received a gold disc for 40 years of hits in Holland from Hans van Willigenburg. This was on the 3rd of May.
Uitverkocht. Het is dan een partij mensen. Ik heb eerst aan de zijkant, want later ging ik toneel op. Ik had een verrassing voor hem. Staan kijken, over Cliff Richard heb ik het. En kan ik u vertellen, wat zijn die mensen in de zaal gelukkig met wat hij doet. Wat heeft die man een ongelooflijk trouwe fans. Maar omgekeerd, wat is hij ook ontzettend hard bezig voor die fans. Ik sprak hem vlak voor hij het toneel op moest. En dan, dat zult u zien, heeft die man gewoon het geduld en de rust... terwijl hij 10 minuten later in zijn pakje gaat en het toneel oprent om met je te praten. En daarna kwam ik hem op het toneel ook nog even tegen.
If no one answers in the next 2 seconds, we're gonna start.
I just got to tell someone about the way I feel. Shout it from the rooftop to the street.
Cliff, it's about 14 minutes before curtain time.
Yes, it is.
What does it do to you?
It worries me when I'm still on television, but I've kind of got used to the show, so I don't have any sort of pre-show nerves, but there's a necessity to, build up a special type of tension which comes about 10 minutes before, you know, when you start putting your clothes on and then you start to think, hey, the public's out there waiting. So it's a nice feeling. I like it.
When I came here, I saw them come in. They're all kinds of people. They're very young, they're not so very young, they're not so very young and not so very old, together, families.
Yeah. Well, it's nice because rock and roll is now a middle-aged art form. The fact that rock and roll appeals to all these ages, I think, is fantastic. I love it when there's a few young people in and some very old people in as well into the audience. It means that it's the beginning of real unity. You know, everyone wants peace and love on the planet. You usually have to find something that is common to most people. And music made a start in that direction. You know, in the music world, for instance, you don't care whether someone's what nationality, you don't care whether they're black or white, only if they made a good record. And I think that's really...
You have about 7 minutes to change. Can you make that?
I can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful show.
Thank you.
I will have a wonderful show.
Thank you. I hope so. Thanks a lot.
Cliff, als u het goed vindt, even van het zingen afhouden. Hello, Cliff.
Hello.
This is your celebration tonight, and I have a little something, I think, to add to that celebration. But I have something to tell you as well. I've been watching your concert from the sides there.
Yes.
And if there's one secret of your success in the Netherlands, it's the chemistry of love between you and this audience. There's nothing on this stage you do that doesn't get a reaction from the audience. So actually it's on behalf of all of them, because they bought the albums, that I'm handing it out to you. I'm very proud to be able to do so and keep on singing for another 40 years, so I'll be able to give you another one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all very much indeed. And to all of you watching this, I don't think I'll ever become used to receiving awards like this. As the years go by, the awards are more difficult to find. So I'm so happy that Holland still likes what I record, and in this case likes what I used to record. And as long as you still want me, I'll come back. So thank you all very much. Thank you.
Now some songs that were re-released on that album, starting with A Girl Like You, Maria No Mas, and It's All in the Game. And they are followed by Good Times, Better Times, 9 Times Out of 10, and Please Don't Tease. That was my first single that I ever bought. And the last clip for tonight is the performance of Cliff with the Young Ones and the song Living Doll. Here at the first live fundraising show for Comic Relief in 1986. It starts with a sketch and then the song follows. With this performance and the official video, Cliff had a #1 hit for the second time with his song Living Doll in 1959 and 1986. At the last minute I decided to show you this clip. Cliff introducing the St. Stephen's Choir singing the Millennium Prayer. It was broadcast 2 days ago on the Town Hall Symphony Hall Facebook page.
Hi there, it's Cliff here, and I just want to tell you that this year would have been the 10th anniversary of Community Spirit, which is a fantastic choral music project that takes place every year in Birmingham's Town Hall and the Symphony Hall in association with Black Voices. Now, back in 2017, one of the community choirs performed a rendition of Millenium Prayer, and we want to share it with you today. Well, Birmingham's concert halls may be closed, but the music plays on and on. And I'm hoping that one day I'll be able to perform for you once again there.
Which brings us at the end of the show. Thank you for listening and watching and your company. I hope you will have a good day or a good night and a good weekend. And I hope to see you again next week at this station. Where else? Stay safe. Bye.
My kind of life, yes, and I like it, but my kind of life, my kind of life. yes and I